I don't remember. It was 36. Okay, so I'm going to move this 36 and 36. Okay. So what I need now is it's a square, a solid square. Well, piece of cake, massing inside, in place mass, set this on level 0, and I need a square that big. And now I'm going to move it with a solid form all the way up. Okay. Now I want to carve the sphere on this. So without finish mass, I want to create a circle with this diameter. I go to the 3D view and I'm going to select this and I'm going to create a void form and it's going to be a sphere. And now I can finish the mass. So what I have done now is to create a void, okay, underneath this. I think I can make it a little shorter. Okay, here. Oh, mierda. No, don't want this. I want to select the face and now I can make it shorter. Okay, be careful because you can select a line, but in this case, I want to select the whole face. If you select this and you click tab, you see that you can select different things. Here I'm selecting the wall. Here I'm selecting the roof. Okay, I'm pressing the tab key. So you can select the whole mass, just the wall, or just the roof. So if I want to move the roof up and down, I have to select the roof. So this is it. And now I have to create well, I have to do the same void elements that I did before. So I am working with this, editing place, level 0. And now I want to work with these rectangles. Here on the 3D view, select void, go up and finish. Okay, we are on our way to do it. And now level 0 and select, edit. And now I'm going to move faster. Void. Up and finish. There you go. Okay, so now we have the opposite. We don't have the shell, we just have this element. And I think if we edit in place and I select the roof, I can make it a little thinner. Yeah, I think that looks better. And this is the kind of thing that I have in this building. And what's the structure? What's the trick in that building? That there were I think I've lost it. What is it? Here. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to copy this level up here. This is level 77. View level 77. And the view range, it's going to be up to the low level. Right. Okay, so now here we see this. If we place structural elements, we can have this. Okay, that was 36. I'm going to copy this to 18. And this one, 18. And now I'm going to copy this one, 18. And that one, 18. Okay, so now I have created that square around it, and and I want this. Okay, so what's the distance between this? It's 18 too. Okay, so copy this one, 18. And 18. So basically I have created an 18 by 18 grid. This is the main element, and now I want the structural elements to be there. Okay, so if the structural elements are there, then I can work with, let me see, the south. Okay, so now the floor of this element is going to be at this level, at level 26. Okay, level 26 and 6 inches. So if I work here, I want the structural elements to be there. So I'm going to work with structure, column. I don't have concrete columns. Okay, so I'm going to work with components, model in place. I want columns, and I'm going to create my own column. So it's here. I'm going to use extrusion, rectangle. And if we have an element like this, you better work with a huge column, 12 by 4 feet. There you go. So if we click finish, and we see the 3D view. Ahí va, ¿no? This 3D view, I want this. Okay, so this is the column. Finish, And then on this level, I'm going to copy this column here. There you go. And now we need the same thing all around the, okay, so I can select these two columns. I can mirror, and the columns are there. And then if I mirror this column, this axis, what will happen? We have to do it again. So let's go to architecture component, model in place, columns. It was an extrusion. It was a 12 by 4, 12 by 4. Select, move here, finish, 3D view, move it up, finish, and then on this level, copy and mirror. There you go. Okay, so now we have a massive structure, and we just need a way to hold this heavy dome on these columns here. And we can use level 77, and we can use architecture component model in place. These are not columns, these are structural framing. Okay, I'm going to use extrusion. And there you go. Finish. Now copy. Mirror. There you go. Okay, so now we have created those structural elements holding this heavy dome. We would have to do the same thing here. The thing is that if we take a view, if we place a camera here, well, we have to make it solid. But the thing is that we don't see where the structure is coming from, and this heavy element is floating the same way. Okay, so this is it. So you see that we have those beams here. Well, we have three. I have down only two of them. Here there are three beams. But the idea is that the structure to this dome is not just underneath the dome, it's in the wall there. So I think it's nice because it looks like this element is floating. And if we open this element here, we can see the thickness of this dome. If we use the 3D view or this 28.6, we can select the mass, we can edit, create the circle, 8 feet, good. Then we can create a void. Well, first we have to select the circle. We can create a void form, a cylinder, move it up, and finish. Yeah. Edit. Create the circle. 3D view. Select. Void. Cylinder. Move it up. Finish. Do I have to use cut? Oh, I think I know what's going on. Yeah. It's not cutting the mass because it has to be, yeah. So you see that the mass is here in the void form. It doesn't go up to the level. Okay, so if I created the void form at the bottom level, then it will cut it. But now it doesn't work. Anyway, we need to create the, in the 3D view, we need this element in the middle, and then we will have the same feeling we have here. And this kind of massive architecture, so there are two kind of things that you have to decide. We can have this light architecture with thin elements. This is light as well. Everything is, we have the columns, but this ceiling, it looks like very light. It's not heavy at all. Or you can use the kind of heavy architecture. So both ways work. We can have modern architecture, contemporary architecture using light elements or using heavy elements. Usually the heavier the element, the more carbon footprint we have when we are building it. But yeah, sometimes this is okay. So it's interesting because this is the same architect. We have this dome here, which is very heavy, and then the same architect creates this dome here with the same feeling, but it's very light. It's just a shell made of steel, and it's very light, and it's hanging from the rest of the ceiling. So either ways work. So we can create a shape from a solid element and then carving it, or we can create a shape and then just apply the wall, and then we can create only the shell of that shape. But the geometry behind it is the same.